okay again.
Well, you could see it. Thank you, everyone. Welcome. Thanks for having us here this afternoon. My name's Tanner Michael with the CTUIR Housing Department, and I am the maintenance manager. Also with us from the Housing Department is Kimberly Hughes, the Resident Service Coordinator / Home Inspector. So I'll start the slideshow here. So first we have the housing mission statement, is to provide quality community housing services and empower self-sufficient living for future generations, achieve the maximum protection of resources identified in the Treaty of 1855, to protect newly acquired lands wherein the tribe has vested interest, to protect the land of all citizens and residents of the Umatilla Indian Reservation, protect human life, water, land, air, and wildlife by expressing professional skills and abilities in the protection of the resources of the Confederated Tribes of the Umatilla Indian Reservation. A couple of the goals that we have in housing and maintenance is maintain, modernize, and rehabilitate existing rental units. And currently we have 232 homes that we manage. We assist in the development of new quality affordable housing, which is a collaboration of multiple different departments within CTUIR. Today, I've picked 3 of the top issues we're faced with the environmental and climate current issues with housing. The first one here being the flooding, the groundwater in the residential communities, air quality with the wildfires throughout the Northwest, population growth, and the ability of homes on CTUIR. Just to start it off with in housing, we have checks and balances. We have environmental review submitted yearly to the funding agency, which is HUD and HOSDA. The environmental review is a public document that encompasses all the aspects of environmental impacts with maintenance activities. It's about a 75-page document, and it also includes maps. I don't have one to present, but it includes the maps of the area, where the homes are located, and any effects that could be possible. So for the highlights and maintenance activities that we take into consideration during rehabilitation of the residential homes, the emissions from the home, which includes the HVAC or the heating and cooling system, the water heater, and also the wood fireplaces. The water usage in homes and landscapes, the gallons per minute fixtures that are being installed in the homes, and the green leaf procurement that comes with that as far as energy efficiency, all Energy Star appliances, high efficiency appliances, and fixtures. The first one that we chose was the flooding and groundwater. So like Frank explained on the previous presentation, the yearly flooding and groundwater in residential communities, the climate change has impacted our area. We've never had this amount of flooding in our area in the last, decade, especially from last February's flood, which we're still working on those as we speak with local entities and FEMA. Within our communities, the problems that it has caused is deterioration of the foundations, infiltration of the heating system, which causes abundance of moisture in the homes. The solutions that we've came up with, clearing of vegetation for flow in local streams, creeks, and tributaries. There's an ongoing collaboration with Water Resources and the Public Works Department and Housing, with the clearing of the Spring Creek that is just south of our residential area that is in jeopardy here. In that same residential areas, we've been removing all of the HVAC ductwork that was in the foundations, and we're installing them in the ag space to alleviate that moisture coming into the homes. We're installing high efficiency exhaust fans in the homes, and so anytime a home is rehabilitated or at move out, It gets an upgraded exhaust fan in the bathroom, and there's been a couple homes that have even had exhaust fans placed in the central living areas like the living room. Another thing that we try to keep up on is lawns care and groundkeeping, and keep the vegetation low to help with evaporation and eliminate some of that groundwater that we see. The next one we chose was air quality. So with our yearly wildfires throughout the Northwest, has a direct impact for quality of air in the home and offices, as we all know, within CTUIR. The fires last summer, the fire in Western Oregon surrounding the Pendleton area, we struggled for weeks with our HVAC systems, and it was in all of our buildings. It wasn't just the homes, it was in all of our offices as well. Some of the solutions that we had is we were providing upgraded air filters for the homes, and we were sealing any air leaks at doorways, windows, anything that presented itself during that time. Population growth. So the availability of homes within housing, we have 140 income-based units through HUD and HOSDA. We have 58 tax credit units through the Oregon Housing Community Service. And we have 34 market rate units. Just a background, we've got what I refer to as the 12-2 project, which is down here. It's the most western community that we have here, and it was the oldest. It was built in 1973. It consists of 50 units, 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, 3 bedroom, and 4 bedroom units. We've got the 12-6 projects, which is the white brick homes. They were built in 1981. There's 50 units there as well. We had Mission Creek developed in 1998. There's 98 units that we manage there. Huckleberry Street, which was developed in 2017, is 4 duplexes for a total of 8 units. In 2013, formerly known as URHA, became a department under the tribe's umbrella. With that, we received 13 rental homes, including the Lucky 7 trailer park, which had 28 homes at the time. Currently, that Lucky 7 area is under construction, replacing very old homes, and the new development will consist of 18 very high efficient homes. The problems that we're faced with population growth is the limited availability. The applicant goes on the waiting list sometimes for months to years. The solutions, CTUIR is evaluating building affordable homes, which is ongoing, and we have multiple different projects on the radar right now. CTUIR developing infrastructure for future homeowners, and with the last couple of presentations, as you heard from Planning Department, that is ongoing and underway. And that is the end of this presentation. Any questions? Thank you. And my contact information is on there.
Thank you, Tanner. That was great. I know that this past year has been a lot of lessons, I think, in a lot of different ways. I know that my own home, I learned a lot of things about it during the smoke event, mostly that I learned how drafty it is. And how porous it is really to the outside environment. And so it's really great that you guys are taking that on and making sure the people who live in those houses are, living in the best conditions possible. Thank you for you and your crew and all of your work, and for Kim, and I know that she does amazing work also. Does anyone have any specific questions for Tanner?
Pauline?
Yes.
Hey, this is Kim. I'm sorry, my phone got muted and I finally got it off. I just wanted to add to the population growth on that, elaborate just a little bit more, especially with how hard 2020 hit us. We ended up with a lot of tribal members wanting to come home because of being so far away from resources. And with the limited amount of units that we have, housing has become kind of an issue. We do have occupation limits to the units. So when family members do try to come home with the programs, we can exceed those occupation limits. So our waiting list did grow a lot in 2020 for those reasons, and our inventory hasn't really gone up. And so now with the new development, I mean, it's such a great need for the people that are coming back home. The other issue, or it's not even an issue, it's actually really good, is that we have the majority of program homes. And so with those program homes comes income limits and other requirements. And as a growing tribe, we have people that are succeeding more in employment, and the homes that we currently have the majority of aren't made for the higher income people. So our inventory for people that are in those kind of positions is also kind of limited.
We had a request to clarify what you mean by occupation limits in those houses.
So HUD and Fair Housing actually has like how many people can occupy a unit based on how many bedrooms there are. And Fair Housing goes by 2 people per bedroom plus 1 extra. So if it is a 2-bedroom unit, then the occupation can only go up to 5. So if we have family members that are currently living there and there's 4, and they want to move 2 of their family members home, we have to try to help them get on the waiting list or do something different, because as a tenant, they are over occupying that home. And it becomes an unhealthy living condition as far as, crowded situations. The homes are only built for a certain amount of people, so then you're overusing the infrastructure inside the home. So it's just kind of, we do have population growth within our families, and we work with them to try to move them to a unit that's more suitable. But again, they have to wait for a unit that comes open.
Thank you. Yeah, and that's something that I didn't even think about with the pandemic, with people moving home and then not, those living situations not being able to